I'm Mark Sodomic with GSG. Today we're in the GSG Applications Lab and we're going to start a new video series going over all of the features of the M&R Global Copperhead Rival press. Hopefully you saw our video where we did a time lapse of the install of the machine. We're really excited to have it here and do a lot of testing on it and gain all the information we can on this press to pass it on to you, our customer. So let's start with the control panel. We have our home screen, which is going to give us our print run, revolution or revolver mode as it's known, any additional functionality, our counters, our alarms, a maintenance schedule. Then we're going to have all of our information and status on all the components of the machine, and then also an individual one to tell us all the components of each individual print head are functioning as they should. And then of course last is the M&R information. Before we go into the print run, revolution, or any other functionality, we want to go down here to where you see the question mark and says help. You press this, it's going to give you a description of which icon is. So if you're going to turn your squeegee off, you've bypassed your flash icon. You can have with lift or without lift for your squeegee stroke. And it has your print mode and your stop for front or rear. Now let's go into print run. Click on print run and you see you have each individual print head. Number 2, where we have our jalapeno flash, it's lit up as the quartz icon. So if you press head number 1, it's going to give you the sign here that's lit up green, meaning that print head is turned on. You simply hit this one to turn it off. So we turn it back on. We go under our head. This icon here is going to be if we want the squeegee to stop in the front or the rear, it's going to change the directional button. Then we go to the number underneath, and that's going to be our amount of squeegee passes. It's set at 1, so if we want to go 2, we just press, not 22, sorry about that, 2, we're going to get a double print stroke. The last feature, which is a really cool feature, is the print flash print mode. Currently it's off, we hit the green button and we turn it on. And what this does, for example, you have a screen in head number 1, you do your print, index over to your flash, it's going to flash it, it's going to bring it back and print it again. So if there's a case where you have a job that requires a double flash and you only have one, you can run the machine in print flash print mode. So it's going to print, come back as it completes its full index. So next, let's go to head number 2 where we have our flash. So we have our flash turned on and it's going to give us all of our flash controls right here. Where it says socket number, you'll see on the M&R Copperhead Rival is that there are 3 sockets in the rear of the machine that your flash plugs right into the machine. So instead of your flash having a separate drop cord or a cord on the floor, it's going to plug right into the press so you can control it right from the main control panel. We're familiar with flash times. This is where you're going to set your time for your flash. Then your percentage of power. Right now, currently, ours is 100%. We can always drop that down as our pallets warm up and we're progressing with our print run. The next button, you hit the off button, it turns on and it's going to cycle the flash. Now, in the center of our print heads here on the control panel, we have an auto cycle. Auto cycle, we're ready to run our job and go and print till the last shirt comes off the press. If you look in between all of the print heads, you can notice that it says auto cycle is on. I want to actually take auto cycle off, so I'm going to go to the auto button and hit OK for manual. Now I'm in manual mode. This is the mode I want to be in when I'm setting up my job using my tri-lock pallet and putting in all my screens and do my test print. When we're ready for production, we simply go back to continue auto mode, and now I'm in full auto mode and I'm ready to start my print run. We have idle mode. When you activate idle mode, it's going to flash orange completely around. And what idle mode does and why it's a great feature to have on the press is even though the heads are turned on, they're not going to be activated. The reason idle mode is a great feature on this press is once it's activated, if you're in the middle of the print run and you need to apply glue to your pallets, simply hit idle, start gluing your pallets, run them around under your flash. Even though the heads are lit up, they will not be activated in idle mode. So when your next pallet comes all the way back, you can go ahead, hit idle mode again, shut it off, start your print cycle again, and pick up where you left off. Back at our print run screen, we have here this directional arrow, which is going to be for clockwise or counterclockwise. As you can see here, the press is set up to go counterclockwise. Simply press the arrow, confirm, and it's going to change it to clockwise. You also notice that your load and unload station will change. So you have this indicator arrow here that you're loading shirts, they're going to travel around and they're going to be unloaded here. You want to switch it back over, simply hit the arrow, confirm, and it's changed it all again. Another great feature is the revolution mode, or also known as revolver mode. Simply hit the icon, it's going to pull up our revolver mode screen. As you can see right here, we have revolutions. That's going to be up to 8 revolutions. Along the top, we have our print head. What makes this function really simple and easy to use is you just simply go to revolution 1. You have your underbase, you're going to have your flash, and then what heads you want for revolution 2. Go to revolution 2 and we'll say head 4. We want to do a print stroke. We just hit enter. Now, I put in number 4, so it would actually do up to 4 print strokes. Simply go back in, 0, enter, and that's going to turn it off. If we want a 3rd revolution, we just go to which head we want and simply click how many print strokes we want that revolution to be. We have additional functionality. This is going to be our print mode, meaning our squeegee or flood bar are traveling front to back or back to front. Next is going to be auto detector, and a lot of you are familiar with that is going to be a missed shirt indicator, whether you have that option on the press if you want to turn it on or you want to turn it off. Attention detector is a really neat feature because attention detector allows you to set a time that if the machine is idling, say you're warming your pallets and you had to get a phone call or got pulled away from the press, you can set it to shut down in so many minutes. Say about 2 minutes, set it for 2 minutes, nobody comes near that press, you don't want to keep indexing. At that 2-minute mark, it'll shut off. Then flash continuous is either on or it's off, meaning as you're in your print run, that flash is going to stay on and it's going to flash each pallet. Let's go back to home and we have our counter history. So you have all of your print runs that you're doing and a counter for each one so you can accurately log how many shirts were produced. Your alarm setting, similar with other M&R machines, it's going to tell you what alarm went off and why it did. Then you have your maintenance schedule. The maintenance schedule is a really nice feature on this machine because it doesn't just tell you what to maintenance, it shows a picture of it and when it should be done. And then we just have to simply go back to home. Our last 3 icons on the control panel are going to be our operation status. So it's going to give us all the indicators on the entire machine, making sure that everything is working properly. It's a good test screen. And we go back and we have one for each head. Then all you have to do is select your print head, and it's going to tell you that your proximity switches are fine, where it's set at, if you have any type of alarm. This is just a good place to test each individual print head. And finally, the last one is going to be your M&R information, and that's where you can reach out to M&R and find out anything you need for your machine. So there you have a brief overview of all the features and information on the M&R Global Copperhead Rival control panel. Tune in next week where we're going to be going over each print head and all the other features of the machine. And for more information on the M&R Global Copperhead Rival or any other M&R press that GSG carries, visit gogsg.com. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thanks for watching.